So I have a request. You
Mhm.
know the whole Nico Nico ni.
Oh my
Can
god.
can you can you say Miko Miko me? Can you
Oh
do it?
my god.
Can you
I
do it
don't
for
know if
me?
I can.
Can you? Can you?
Oh, that's fine. We can just go ahead. It's like Miko Miko me.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Shady. I am here with the wonderful Mikomi Hokina. It's a lot more easier to call you Miko, so if you don't mind,
Yeah.
I'll just call you Miko throughout this
Oh yeah.
entire
Actually,
thing.
everyone calls me Miko, so that's much easier.
Yeah, I reached out to Miko and I asked her if she wanted to do this whole interview and just answer some questions that I have for her. So let's just get started with it. When did you first start cosplaying, and who was it?
Okay, that is a really, really far away memory. I started cosplaying about like 8 or 9 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
which was just like very roughly characters that were easy to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because obviously when you start, it's like you don't want to start with something complicated. And it was Prestigious LeBlanc from League of Legends, which was all made out of cardboard and glued fabric, and it was really messy. I'll
Yeah.
forward you a picture so you can see the whole
Yeah.
thing that really got on. I've done that with my mom back then. She helped me doing like the sewing a bit, and
Mm-hmm.
with a friend, because like I had friends that were also very crafty.
Yeah.
I think I've always been crafty, actually. I did art school and stuff. I was always interested in drawing as well. So yeah, I think it helped like starting cosplay and getting into it, which
Yeah.
was mainly why I started is because I like anime and stuff and video games.
Yeah.
So it felt like those hobbies would just collide nicely to cosplaying.
Yeah, that's good, honestly. You mentioned that you went to art school and did drawing. I noticed in like the earlier stages of your Instagram page that you posted a lot of drawings that you did, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the drawings were like I draw since forever. My mom was a really good artist. She taught me how to draw. She taught me many things, sculpting, painting, all the stuff. But I think pencil drawing was what I was better at. And I was just interested in sharing everything a bit crafty or artsy I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the drawings came on the page naturally. It was like I was actually drawing stuff and sending it to people via mail. And they would
Mail.
just request stuff, and I would just draw it and send it to them. Quickly, it got a lot of success. So I was actually taking commissions instead to make a bit of side cash to pay for the cosplays.
I've noticed with all of your Instagram posts that if you keep swiping to the right, you also post pictures of your cat every single post. Is that just a running thing
Yes.
that you've been doing with your Instagram
Okay.
page?
It started as a good thing to do when you wanted to get more engagement and reach on your post.
Yeah.
So basically, like the carousels on Instagram perform better than just a solo pic.
Right.
And at first, I was like, okay, I need fillers because you cannot post like a ton of content on one post every
Right.
day. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So basically, I got that folder with my cat pics for my Patreon, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dig in that. Like people just gonna see cats. They can't be mad about cats.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much I started doing that, and my engagement was better, and my reach as well. So I was very happy about it. But then when I started not doing it anymore, sometimes just like posting a pic more spontaneously, from my phone, and I didn't have like all the prep for a big post with an HD picture and
Yeah.
all my cats and all.
Uh-huh.
People started to complain that there's no more cats. So now this is like kind of part of the joke. It was serious and just mainly business.
Yeah.
And now it's like literally a running thing. Because like if I don't put the cat, half the comments like, where are the cats?
Wow. So like
I've,
they complain
choice.
if there's no cat pictures. It's not about
Yes.
the cosplays, huh?
Yes, I
Wow.
have to. If I don't put the cat pics, it's like a war zone in the comments.
So out of all the cosplays you've done, like what would you say was your most stressful cosplay that you've ever made?
A Widowmaker.
Widowmaker.
Okay, so
yeah.
hear me out. So Widowmaker, the challenge was that the wig was so complicated. The ponytail is heavy, and I had a friend helping me for that. She's called Linda. She takes like wig commissions, and I don't think I would have been able to do that one myself. I think the hard part of Widowmaker is to make it look convincing at the end.
Yeah.
So that cosplay was really a lot of work from a lot of people in the end. And I think the prop is also the biggest prop I have ever made in terms of complexity. It's like 40 pieces of 3D printed stuff that I've assembled, and it's completely modelable into a sniper to rifle,
Yep.
which is insane.
Yep.
Then building it was also a lot of time. I think about 250 hours went into just the gun.
Wow.
Yeah, there was also another friend called Lisa that helped me to do the makeup because I've never done body paint before. That one was really tough to make it look like actually blue, but not like Smurf kind of blue in terms of shade.
Yeah.
Actually, dressing up as Widowmaker took me about like 6 to 8 hours every time I did it. We shot in Frankfurt in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And we shot in December. So I can really tell you that it was about nearly 0. And
Wow.
0 degrees Celsius is pretty fucking cold.
Yeah.
Pretty much the shooting was a bit hard. It was also very short. Then you prep for 6 to 8 hours and then the shoot is like 45 minutes. But yeah, too cold is too cold. And also people looking at you because we shot in the street in the public environment. So
I wanted to ask, has anyone ever actually called the cops on you?
no, calling the cops, I don't think people ever did because I never saw really the cops coming to me telling me to just fuck off. But Thailand last week we had a shoot on the beach and we didn't get kicked out because it was a public beach, but we had the cops telling us that we were making the beach look bad by being in bikini, which was kind of puzzling.
What?
Because aren't you supposed to be in bikini?
Basically, they said you're making the beach look bad by dressing in beach attire.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's too lewd to be a beach attire, but at the same time, it's a bikini. So the confusion really hits me there. So we just didn't give a damn, and we kept on going anyway. No, I think the worst during the shoots that you do in public is not even the cops, it's the weird people. Obviously, you're in a costume, so you expect people to stare at you.
Yeah.
But there's like different kind of staring. There's like the person that stares too close, the person that stares behind the photographer, the person that actually sits down to stairs and plan on staying there for a while. Yeah, people actually stay and stare or start asking questions or take pictures of you without asking. Like they just
Yeah.
behind the guy and they sneakily take their phone like this and they're like.
Have you ever had those situations and then like you hop on social media and then you see that sneaky pic they took and they tagged you? Has that ever happened?
No, that never happened. But like it's
Yeah.
probably just people that find like this thing to be super freaky, like
Yeah.
old people mostly.
What are your favorite like video games / anime?
Basically, my favorite video games. I would say I'm more into video games than anime.
Yeah.
Obviously, I watch anime, but video games are really what gets me going. I played League of Legends for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah, cool if you say so.
I recently started playing League and like a
No!
lot of I'm sorry. It's just look, I have these 2 friends and they kind of pressured me into it, not gonna lie,
my
but
God.
like now I'm addicted and yeah, they're enablers. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would play now more like solo game that are kind of offline, like Darkest Dungeon or Ori and the Blind Forest. The second opus was also so good. I would play. Actually, Terraria was a good choice back then. I played a
Yeah.
lot of Terraria.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Starbound, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would play more like those solo games. I love platformers and puzzles or arcade games, rhythm games as well. Regarding anime, I'm really picky. I like animes with that are really plot driven. But that's why I like Code Geass. It's like actual plot.
Yeah.
There's not really fillers or stuff like that, you know?
Oh yeah.
And that is really interesting for me. That's you would say I like Attack on Titan for the same kind of vibe. It's very serious.
Yeah.
Ergo Proxy, pretty good as well. It's hard to follow, a bit slow, but
Yeah.
you get that serious vibe. I really like anime to be serious.
When exactly did the cosplaying turn to more LEWD type of content?
I would say it did about 5 years ago by now. I met a friend back then, someone I really clicked with, and she was actually more open to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just thinking about starting it was a bit complicated. You know, you're always questioning like, is it right? Is it not right? All that stuff. I think doing it alone was the hard thing, but having someone to do it with was really making it more fun. Many people react poorly to this because like anything that's sexual nowadays is like a grand taboo for some reason. Like you can have half naked chicks in rap clips and nobody bats an eye.
Yeah.
But then I do it and I sell my own pics and I'm independent and boom, this is like chaos. It's just loot content, you know? It's like
Yeah.
whatever, video games, anime, girls, what's the difference except they're real and they're making money?
Twitter is
Yeah.
Twitter. They will complain about literally anything, and it's just a huge problem, and people just don't know how to chill the fuck out.
Negative comment I see on my post
Yeah?
is from people that really should take 5 minutes to think if they should shut the fuck up or not.
They write paragraphs sometimes about how
Yeah,
they feel.
I don't know. I don't know. Those people got hurt someday on the life. I don't
Yeah.
know. Someone writing me, you could do so much better than being a hoe on the internet. Thank you, stranger. It's my mind is now open. I will totally stop doing loot on the internet. This is over for me. Thank you. I don't know. Some of my friends actually did not respect, they actually respected. They just did not agree with my choice of making loot.
I see. Yeah.
But they never stopped me or tried to stop me about it. You know, they were just like, okay, you're happy, do your jam, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the mentality many people should have. You don't have time enough in life to worry about being like a people pleaser, you know? Like, do what the people around you want you to do. If you
Yeah.
just don't do what you want to do yourself, then are you really living your life?
Wow, this is getting really deep. Yeah. How did the pandemic affect your work?
Okay, there was a negative part, obviously, but there was a lot of positive,
Okay.
which is kind of sad to say.
Oh, okay. I think I know what
Lonely
you're talking
people
about.
at home. Yeah, they're
Lonely?
lonely and they're bored and they can't go out to spend their cash, so they spend it on OnlyFans. And yeah, that made really great change for my finances.
That's good.
So great change that I could actually hire employees, which is great for me. It really expand the company. So yeah, it was a great advancement for the company, and also the traveling was not very affected because like it's not like being just self-employed. Having an actual company makes you have more rights or possibility that's open,
Okay.
especially for like countries that would open only for businesses.
Yeah.
Travels.
Yeah.
Well, then I could apply for that because I am a business. I traveled to Madeira, Dubai, La Palma, Gran Canaria, Madrid. I've been to Poland. I've been to Germany, to France. Couldn't really get all the destinations I wanted to,
Yeah.
which makes sense. I mean, it's a
Oh, yeah.
pandemic, so it makes sense.
Absolutely.
And actually, traveling is mostly for shootings because obviously Belgium isn't the greatest for location. And yeah, the villas in La Palma make for a great setup for bikini cosplays and the mountains for really amazing stuff like the Ash cosplay I've done or the Yoko cosplay. And yeah, actually every background you see on the picture is real. We go to the mountains, we go to the beaches, we actually hike to go to the location shoots.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is also part of the job. And this is why I kept traveling, is because people were used to a degree of quality work. And of course, during the pandemic, they would still be up to that standard. I think that if I wasn't delivering such better quality on my HD shootings, the money wouldn't have kept coming as much, because that's a part of it that's very impressive. Obviously, I have some people that have like been supporting me since the beginning, and it's been years. And obviously, they've seen me shoot in front of a bed sheet hanging in my kitchen. But they've also seen the progress towards what's today, which is like traveling to location for shoots and upgrading like the photography, the equipment, the time I take to make the shoot, also the quality of the cosplays, because I used to buy a bunch of cosplays. No, I'm not buying anymore. I'm just like, I have a seamstress. So she helped me making the cosplays. And that's also why the pandemic was kind of great for my finances, which allowed me to get the seamstress.
Yeah, that's
which
good.
makes the part of the cosplaying that I'm really bad at, which is sewing.
You mentioned how like sewing is one thing you're not good at, so you hired a seamstress. What part of the cosplay construction process would you say you're good at?
The prop making.
The prop making, okay.
So
Yeah.
prop making, armors, stuff like that is definitely what I prefer doing and what I'm best at.
Yeah.
And yeah, when it comes to the cosplay, it was easier back then to just buy the outfits and tweak myself, like all the armor around it, and like upgrade the cosplay I got.
Yeah.
So you get like a good base and you work on that with the skills you have. But now that I can get that delegated, I can basically do whatever I want, which is also great because like then I get some collaboration with artists.
Right.
And the outfits that you cannot buy, because obviously you can buy a lot of stuff, but you cannot buy what the artists are creating. You have to make it from scratch, and she's really helping me doing that actually.
Oh God, I love that thing on your cup. Can I get like a full shot of that? Please move it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep it still. I'm gonna put a caption over there. Okay, thank you. Who knows? It might become a meme. We'll see. How did your family react to you becoming a cosplayer? And also, how did they react when you started to do more LEWD content?
The way I introduced it is that I didn't introduce it. I started posting on my Facebook page, which obviously my dad followed back then because he was following my drawings.
Yeah.
So I was like, from one day to another, here's a LEWD picture. And we didn't talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. It makes sense, yeah.
And about like 3 months later, it was just, I don't know, the topic came in. It was like, yeah, whatever you want to do is you're happy, whatever. Because I know some girls which families would react totally poorly.
Yeah.
And it's really hard that they have to keep it secret. Because I think it shouldn't be ashamed. I'm really proud of the LEWD content I do. And I think LEWD content, just because it's LEWD, doesn't mean it's not artistic.
Yeah.
Or not beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at all these damn sculptures of naked ladies. Yeah. Obviously, everyone liked it during history. Why is doing it now with photography bad? I don't know.
Yeah.
You have like temples in old Greece where like the ladies are half naked or naked.
Yeah.
Even the dudes are naked. Yeah, you know.
Old-fashioned dick pics everywhere. How often do you work out each week? And also, what would you say is your workout routine normally?
Oh my god. So my workout routine is probably like, I don't know, sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening.
Sugar all
really?
the time.
Okay, I don't work out at all, actually. The only workouts I really have is like the shootings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to work out. The truth to be told behind the photos you see, where you see all those chicks that are like perfect at all time, you know, on social media, is that when you do shootings, you are giving your best to look best. So the posing is extremely tense. You have to look natural, but you're extremely tense when you pose.
Yeah.
Especially posing where you have to be balanced and stuff. Basically, if you do a pose where you need your abs to be constantly, how do you say that? Contracted.
Yeah.
It makes your belly look bad, but you also need to suck your belly while doing that, and that's complicated. And you get like all those poses that it's really workout. Honestly, shooting is workout, and I deliver about 5 HD sets a month, so I have to pose a lot. Yeah, other than that, I actually eat pretty much anything I want, obviously in regular quantities. I cannot abuse it, or else I will gain weight.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I'm not a very fit person. Like I have that little belly like everyone, and when I shoot, I just suck it in and stop breathing and act pretty, and that's it. The reality behind it is that I look like a regular girl in real life anyway.
Yeah.
And the pictures don't really reflect that. But that's a lot of people already know. When you look at Instagram, it's never the reality.
I'd like to make the assumption that I think there are more female cosplayers compared to male cosplayers. Do you think in the future, like, male cosplayers will ever become, like, the same level as female cosplayers? Or do you think it's just
in terms of popularity?
Yeah.
The most known cosplayer in the world is a guy. He's called Low Cost Cosplay.
Low Cost Cosplay? Here, let me...
You know that guy. He makes cosplay with like random items and perspective.
Oh, him. Okay, right. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he that same person who he got like a black toothbrush and put black toothpaste on it, and then he angled it in such a way that it looked like the alien and the predator?
Probably is. He's doing like those kind of perspective shots, like taking trash bags, plastic stuff, tape and stuff, and would you like, his content is viral by essence.
Right.
So even people that are not into cosplay probably have seen this thing and be like, oh, it really looks like the picture is trying to do, without knowing who the character is. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Right.
It's like it's the creative way in which he brings the character to life, and people don't need to know the character, just need to look at the side by side of the picture.
Wow,
which is very straightforward. So I think that's why he's the most known ever.
What would you say was your biggest accomplishment as a cosplayer?
On top of my head, like now, maybe the cover of the Playboy.
Yeah.
I mean, which is right there.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So this one was pretty much like unexpected because I got told at first that it wouldn't do the cover. I was like, okay, well, we tried because we had to submit like a picture for it. No one told me until I saw it from my dad.
Oh, your
But
dad.
my dad got it.
Oh no. I mean that's good.
I mean, okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
My dad got it, and he was like, "Yeah, you're on the cover," and this was kind of weird. But yeah, they ended up actually. It's not exactly the cover. It's called the counter cover. They made it on the backside,
Oh, backside.
so you have like a double cover basically. It was really an achievement because obviously Playboy is not as big as before. But it has that notoriety of a less conventional media regarding my work. So
Right.
my work is more like social media.
Absolutely.
And then you get like those conventional medias that are TV, radio, magazines, like
Yeah.
paper stuff.
Uh-huh.
And this isn't really something the cosplayers are really represented in.
Yeah.
So when it happened, it also was a great validation for me regarding the LEWD type of content. As in, it's in Playboy because it's good enough to be. And that really was my achievement of the last year, actually.
Hypothetically, if you weren't a cosplayer, what do you think you'd be doing for a living?
I was actually studying 3D modeling and video editing, composing, before I was actually doing this job. But if I wasn't actually doing that, I would probably be working as either an animator or doing like ads for companies that are
Right.
like animated, like motion design and stuff.
Cool.
Or just 3D modeling, because that's basically what I was doing the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was on my last year when I actually stopped. I could have had my diploma, which I don't actually. I just did those 3 years of bachelor after my high school. In May, I started doing Patreon for the LEWD stuff. And unfortunately, my exams were in June.
Oh.
Which I didn't really successfully pass in June, so I had a second chance in August. But it's because in July my mom passed away from cancer. It was the first person that died around me. Like, I didn't really witness people dying around me. And when my mom passed away, it was the first person that actually passed away around me that I was really attached to.
I see.
Like, extremely attached to. And especially because she taught me everything, you know, she taught me all that artsy side of my life.
Yeah.
That I really, that has such a big importance in it, you know. It's like all my hobbies were around the artsy stuff that my mom taught me. When she passed away, it was just like a part of me just died at the same time. And actually, I think that was my catalyst for the cosplay and LEWD content that transformed into a career. Because I was like, obviously, when she passed away, my exams at school, I was like, whatever, this is not gonna happen. Maybe next year.
Absolutely.
You know? I was thinking I'm not in the right mindset to start studying and do like this video editing stuff and start modeling stuff. I was just not in the right spot. And I wanted to do my hobby, which kept my mind busy.
Did you like let your followers know about your current situation, or were they just unaware of what you were going through?
Yeah, basically it really helped me talking about it. I let my fan base know. It was a really small fan base anyway. It didn't really matter. It was more like I wanted to talk to people that also had this experience of having someone close passing away.
Yeah.
Because I was very confused and I was very questioning on how to deal with that.
Right.
And I wanted to hear from people that also had the same feelings. So yeah, that was pretty much the mindset when I shared that with the people. I was like, I'm lost, I'm sad, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. How did you guys do it? It was more like in that kind of optic.
Honestly, it's brave that you were able to do that, because like some people, they just want to keep it quiet because they, you know, there's just some people on the internet who, you know, they just love to spread negativity and just make everyone feel even more shitty than they already are, right?
I mean, I had that, you know, obviously I lost my mom, and then there was this community of people that was like thousands of people actually being like, huh, she died because you're a hoe. And I'm just like, how is this even related? And I was really hurt because I was obviously grieving. Yeah, back then it really hurt me because it was also pretty new that I was doing LEWD. You know, it's been, 3 months? And I was like getting people sending me dick pics or people calling me a whore all the time. It was just like, I just wanted to do my jam. Why are these people so rude? But at the same time, it really gets old. You know, like you see it so often, sadly, that you get numb to it.
What advice would you give to anyone who wants to be a cosplayer?
Okay, that one is really hard because like there is no better advice than be motivated.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, because like nowadays you don't even need to know how to do things. You need to just Google it.
Yeah.
And you have so many great cosplayers that actually make tons of tutorials. And you literally can find like sewing patterns for every character you know.
Yeah.
Every outfit, every derivative. It's somewhere on Etsy. It's somewhere on their shops. You just find those really aspiring cosplayers that craft stuff
Yeah.
and follow them, and that's enough to actually find all the tutorials you ever need to do the stuff you want to do. There are ways to do like expensive cosplay, non-expensive cosplay, so even if you don't have a lot of money, you can still do great things. And you can find that in the community. I've seen a girl literally doing like recycling of soft drinks cardboard, and she makes cosplay with that. And she made cosplay that looks amazing, and you would not even guess 2 seconds it's damn cardboard and mache paper, you know?
Wow, that's
And
actually,
it's like
yeah, that's
crazy. So even if you don't have money, you have recycling, and that works great. But obviously, if you want to get good at something, you're gonna do a lot of it, and
yeah.
it works for everything else and cosplay too.
Okay, so Miko, thank you so much for coming to do this interview.
It's fine.
Yeah, you should all follow Miko on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, you
And-
should.
yes, absolutely. And yeah, just show her some love. She decided to come, in, like out of her busy schedule to come and do this interview. And yeah, other than that, I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you all later. Keep it shady. Do you mind saying keep it shady?
Okay. No, absolutely not. Keep it shady.